Most of us see ourselves as side characters. There's a time in our lives when we want our lives to be like a movie. We actually believe and feel like our life is like a movie. And I must say, that period of our lives is quite emotional. It's filled with something or the other. And then comes a point when we understand and know that our life is not a movie, and it's a very boring chapter, one boring chapter after the other, and the same repetitive consequences, situations all the time showing themselves. And maybe that's when we understand we gotta write another movie for ourselves to play a part in. Either that could be the lead, the protagonist of the story, the hero of the story. But how many of us strive to be the hero of our own story? Not many, I bet. Some of us, most of us, see ourselves as side characters, not wanting much or wanting too much, but that makes us only a side character. Why? Why wanting a lot makes us a side character? Well, I think the reason why we become a side character in our story is perhaps first not realizing our own potential. Like in superhero films, you see there's some awakening in the hero. But in our lives, how many times or do we even observe it or notice this awakening of understanding what is our true potential and where we can use this potential and how it can affect society around us? For example, for right now, for me to make some sort of a change in order, let's say, to benefit society, any minute, even a minute scale of change will come from me firstly being honest about something. Secondly, it will be about how in tune I am with myself, knowing my gifts or hard earned skills. We see gifted people, there are a number of gifted people out there, people we'd call, or they have a gift from birth. Let's say if we trace back their history, if we have an earlier account, either from interviews or books written about these people, we'd understand that these people, from if they were like that from their childhood, like they knew their calling from the childhood, that will be considered as a gift in a human being. Like, let's say the differentiation between Messi and Ronaldo. Messi, since he was a kid, he was a great football player, as far as I know. And with Cristiano Ronaldo, at least it seems to me that he really progressed and over time became this legend. Once we know in which category we fall, like since our birth, we haven't been able to, really see the calling because we're so confused and, we may not be gifted. We may have come with a lot of flaws and, like in some human beings, the rage that their father has, it's, passed on to their sons and daughters. Let's say if somebody's mother's an artist, their child, are they're seeing the world with that. It's in their DNA. But with people who don't have any calling and these instincts about something, they have to really work hard in order to develop, you know, some skills that could contribute to society. And those are the skills that are relied on. Those are the skills that can be relied on, actually. So if any of you seems to be mediocre kind, or I was a mediocre in my life, and with not much that I've achieved in my life. I've done one film, I've hosted and interviewed, I've written two scripts, but of course I can't even say. But there's this one pilot scene that I've shot. I've shot it by myself, and no other person was involved in the making of that. Very proud of that because it doesn't feel like there wasn't another person involved. This is what I got from other people, from what they watched. It's called The North Side Monster. It's in one of my videos. If you see that pilot, it's written by me. I've used some Bollywood songs and shit like that, but only music. And that makes it cringe, but that's me. I felt like that music would fit in. So, but once you understand that you're not here with some gifts, and you find one, you know, you could be one of the most reliable person that maybe a company has, or someone that build themselves up. And these kind of people, they don't, so it's better if you don't have gifts. Actually, these people who don't have gifts, they know what they're talking about because they have started from scratch. Yeah, I think that was it for today.